Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Happy Friday. Topping our newscast, the Virgin Islands Police Department is taking some heat as one of their officers was caught on video in a heated exchange with a civilian on Main Street just this Thursday. The encounter ended with the use of force by the VIPD, actions that the department had to address in a press conference on Friday. News 2's April Knight has the story.
A video that went viral in a matter of hours put the Virgin Islands Police Department in the spotlight. On Thursday, VI police officer Shinnery was seen in an altercation with an individual later identified as 46-year-old Everett Parker. After a heated verbal exchange, Shinnery could be seen making physical contact with Parker, who immediately hit him. Shinnery then tased Parker, who fell to the ground, and here removed the taser prongs from his chest. He got tased again, pulled out the prongs one more time, got up, and walked back into traffic. That's where the video ended. In less than 24 hours, that video had been shared online more than 1,500 times. The VIPD released a report the following day stating that police officers were called to respond to a man who had been walking deliberately in and out of traffic. According to the VIPD report, the initial physical contact made by Officer Shinnery was an attempt to handcuff Parker. The police report added that Parker was also pepper sprayed once, and when that didn't subdue him, was sprayed 2 more times.
The Virgin Islands Police Department will not tolerate force being used against our officers, nor will we tolerate unnecessary force against the members of the public. Virgin Islands Police Department asks that if you were a witness to the incident, you have any physical evidence such as a video recording, or have any other information, to please contact the Office of the Chief of Police.
Internal Affairs is launching a full-scale investigation into the incident. Officer Shinnery, meanwhile, was placed on administrative leave with pay. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
And that video was posted by Jennifer Ledee. Count on 2. We'll have more on this story as it develops. Senator Rhodes said he received the proposed operating agreement between the government of the Virgin Islands and Lime Tree Bay Terminals on December 1st, 2015. As he began to read and analyze the agreement, it referenced the purchase agreement, a separate yet equally important document in a number of instances. The senator said he immediately inquired of the legal counsel of the legislature whether that office had received the purchase agreement. Legal counsel reported that she had not. Senator Roach said he wrote to the governor in good faith because he did not want to wait until that special session called by the governor for December 17th to raise pertinent questions, but has not yet received a response. Senator Jean Ford has submitted draft legislation which would require that all public utilities, including Innovative Telephone, maintain an office where customers can pay their bills in person. This proposal comes in response to public outcry over the recent decision by Innovative Telephone to discontinue the operations of its payment windows. He said it is important for our elders who do not have access to the internet or are uncomfortable with the newest information technology. He added that telephone companies can be required by law to maintain a payment office or window because of their status as public utilities. Turn our attention to other crime reports. On Thursday, December 10th at 11:45 p.m., officers responded to a report of gunfire in the area of Content Knolls issued by the 911 Emergency Call Center. Arriving at the designated location, officers discovered the body of an unresponsive black male in the vicinity of the community center. Emergency medical technicians were summoned and found no visible vital signs, as the victim appeared to have sustained a single gunshot wound to the upper torso. The victim was later identified as 23-year-old Kadeem John, a resident of the Content Knolls housing community. Please call the Major Crimes Unit at 340-642-8449, 911, or the anonymous time tip service, Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-8477. You can also call the Chief of Police, 774-2211. Friday was a big day for students and staff at the Lockhart Elementary School. Not only did they get rewarded for winning an environmentally friendly competition by a local government agency, they also did their share of giving, collecting food supplies and donating them to the less fortunate. News 2's April Knight has more.
It was a day of giving and receiving for Lockhart Elementary School on St. Thomas. On Friday, 6th graders received a check from VIWMA for collecting the most aluminum cans of all participating schools on the island.
So in both districts, St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, we collect aluminum cans from schools that register us for the aluminum can collection program.
The aluminum can collection competition, spearheaded by the Virgin Islands Waste Management Authority, drew 9 participating schools in the territory. Last year, Lockhart placed second, but ramped up their efforts this year.
On the morning assemblies, we announced that we were collecting cans and for everybody to come bring in their cans. And during our recesses, we went from class to class, picking up cans and reminding students to bring them in.
Lockhart collected some 52,000 aluminum cans. In total, about 112,000 cans were collected by the schools altogether.
Over 112,000 aluminum cans that were diverted from our landfills as the result of students, parents, teachers within the schools that participated collecting aluminum cans in our community.
Lockhart students also got together and collected boxes of canned goods to donate to the Virgin Islands Department of Human Services, where they would aid the foster care division.
We at Lockhart Elementary, it's a time of sharing for us at the moment, and we are sharing our goods with lots of love.
With the reward for the aluminum can drive and the canned goods donation, Lockhart students and staff are getting a head start on the season of giving and good deeds. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Commissioner of Education Dr. Sharon Ann McCollum, joined by Assistant Commissioner Charmaine Hobson Johnson, Acton St. Croix Superintendent of Schools Vaughn Hewitt, and Deputy Superintendent Faith Dane George on Wednesday, December 9th, met with students from St. Croix Educational Complex and St. Croix Central High School in an effort to resolve many issues the youth on St. Croix have been facing. The parties tackled adverse situations threatening students' safety and their educational and social progress. The education team intently listened to the students and offered solutions to their concerns. Students resolved for both school populations to work together to find solutions to common problem areas within the school campuses as well as in the community. Turn our attention overseas. On Friday in Washington, British Defense Secretary Michael Fallon met with the U.S. Defense Secretary Ash Carter to discuss strategies to defeat ISIS and how the terrorist group has evolved. Secretary Fallon says the UK is already stepping up the fight as they coordinate airstrikes in Syria. Fallon also warned against extremism against any one group. U.S. troops and special ops may soon be deployed to hubs around the world to fight ISIS. Defense Secretary Ash Carter says the threat of ISIS and other terror groups calls for a regional and global network of fighters. And keeping our eye on the economy, let's take a look at the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. There are the numbers for the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P. The Dow down 310, NASDAQ down 111, S&P 500 also down at 39. Coming up on News 2, the king of pop is coming to the VI. Details coming up. Plus, 'tis the season. We have some more events for you to add to your Christmas calendar, including the boat parade kicking off on St. Croix. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and that's because we can look forward to the sweet sounds of steel pan music. Rising Stars is ready for the annual long-awaited Christmas concert. Themed Christmas favorites, that's at 7 p.m. at the Reichel Center for the Arts on Sunday. Guest performers include CAHS Concert Choir, Swans and Ripples on the Lake, and Lorna Freeman. Many look forward to the annual concert, which includes many Caribbean favorites. Again, that's Sunday, December 13th at 7 p.m. For the past 17 years plus, we from Upstreet have been hosting an annual Christmas celebration, which includes decorating the trees in Roosevelt Park with beautiful lights for the Christmas holiday. This event involves 2 evenings of entertainment to include Christmas caroling, choir singing, cultural dancing and band performances. That's Sunday, December 13th from 3 to 6 p.m. and Monday, December 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's all hands on deck for the annual St. Croix Christmas Boat Parade Saturday in the Christiansted Harbor. The holiday fun begins at noon on the boardwalk with live music, holiday food and drinks, and much, much more. The parade begins at 6 p.m. from dinghies to yachts and everything in between. It's all lit with Christmas lights and decorations. You might even see a few festive elves and Santa himself. After the parade, there's a spectacular fireworks show, and the stores, of course, are open late for some holiday shopping. Well, the VIPD advises the motoring public of the following parking restrictions and street closings scheduled for that Christiansted Boat Parade and Jump Up that began earlier today, scheduled for Saturday, December 12th. Parking restrictions are effective, however, from Friday from 12 to 10 p.m. Parking is prohibited on King Street, beginning at the intersection of King and King Cross Street. Parking prohibited on Church Street between King and Company Streets. Parking is also prohibited on Queen Cross Street between King and Company Streets. Parking is prohibited on Queen Cross Street from the intersection of King and Queen Cross Street to the parking area adjacent to the boardwalk. Vehicles, they say, found parked in the restricted areas will be cited and towed. The Virgin Islands Police Department is also advising the general public of the Crucian Christmas Carnival pre-Carnival Juve warm-up, scheduled for Saturday, December 12th, taking place between the hours of 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Parking, they say, is prohibited along the entire pre-Carnival Juve warm-up route, including the staging area at Basin Triangle. Parking is prohibited on King Street and Hospital Street. Motorists are urged to use alternate routes as possible during the time period that the pre-warm-up Juve is in effect. Well, it was postponed due to the weather 2 weeks ago, but now the Wynn Museum will host Starving Artists Day Sunday from noon to 5. Residents and visitors are invited to see, taste, hear, and enjoy an afternoon filled with many aspects of Crucian culture. It's a showcase for local artists, jewelers, and craftspeople to exhibit their talent for all. Food vendors, local musicians, and cultural entertainers fill the historic Wynn Plantation grounds for an afternoon of cultural fun. As we prepare for the holiday season, let us make vaccinations a part of your checklist. Vaccinations help us to stay healthy for ourselves, our family, and our community. Now, during the month of December, the Department of Health Immunization Program will be offering free seasonal flu vaccinations as follows, because 'tis the season. St. Thomas, Friday, December 11th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the hospital lobby. Now, St. Croix will have their turn Friday, December 18th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Charles Howard Complex in the Community Health Lobby. All are encouraged to participate, and don't forget to bring your immunization card if you have one. Seniors, be sure to bring your Medicare card, and if you have one as well. They say get the flu shot, not the flu. The Board of Directors of Frederiksted Healthcare Management and staff, they are pleased to announce that Frederiksted Healthcare is a recipient of health equipment to improve the delivery of healthcare to patients served in the community from the Benny and Martha Benjamin Foundation. The executor's attorney, David Beal, and his wife, Tina Beal, visited Family Healthcare on Wednesday, December 9th for a recognition ceremony for the donated equipment. Now, the items donated to the center by the foundation are an ultrasound machine, 2 urinalysis machines, and an EKG machine. CEO Mastery Sproul Webster thanked the audience for attending, thanked the Beals for the gift as well, and say it will be put to good use. There is big entertainment event coming to town. The King of Pop will be held at the VI Montessori School on Saturday, December 12th at 8 p.m. Danny Dash Andrews, considered one of the best Michael Jackson impersonators in the world, will be performing in tribute to the King of Pop himself. It's also a comedy show featuring famous comedians. One of them, Grandma G, stopped by the studio along with Caribbean cuties, Kim Blackett. Here's more.
Most people know us as Caribbean Cutie, and we are pleased to work with Mr. Bruce Vermont to help raise funds for the community, but more importantly, the Air Guard and the Montessori School. Our segment is going to be so fabulous. We have a variety of girls, men, children, and we're asking the community to come out and buy some tickets.
We're going to have some good fun. My grandson, comedian Howard G, going to be there. Michael Jackson impersonator. Y'all, this guy is so good. I thought, I swear, I saw a monkey on his shoulder. I screamed. Latoya, she screamed. I mean, everybody just look at him, and we thought, oh my God, Lord, I thought he was Lazarus. I was like, oh Lord Jesus, I don't know what was going on. But y'all need to come on out. We're gonna have some fun, some comedy.
Again, it is a fundraiser for the VI Montessori School. Be sure to check it out. Stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.